Hey y'all, it's bow season here in Southeast Louisiana, so you know what that means. I'm going to be cooking up a lot of wild game recipes. Today I have a beautiful bottom round from the hind quarter of the deer that I'm going to cut into thick steaks, smother that down in a brown onion gravy. We're going to serve it over mashed potatoes with a side of smothered green beans. You're not going to want to miss this one. Okay, so the first thing I do is I cut my bottom round into steak-sized pieces. I always cut my meat against the grain, no matter what kind of meat I'm dealing with. I always cut against the grain. It makes it real tender. I lay those out on my chopping board, and I salt and I pepper both sides. I like a lot of pepper in this dish. It makes a real good onion gravy. Then I light my stove. I put some olive oil in my pot, and I get it good and hot, and then I start placing my steaks back in. I only put 3 or 4 steaks in at a time, because if you add too much, it adds too much liquid and you don't get a good seal on it. So I do a few at a time, and then I take them out, set them on the side, and then I add some more in, and I keep repeating until it's all seared. In the meantime, I cut my onion into half a round. I add some more olive oil to my pot, throw my onions in, and I stir that up, scraping the bottom of the pot, and make sure you get all of that good grat up in those onions, all good and loving each other. That makes a great gravy base. And then I add about a cup of flour on top of this and stir that in. And then I add 3 quarts of beef stock. So you can make your own. You can buy it at store-bought or dilute some bouillon cubes in water, whatever works for you. I taste it and salt and pepper it. I probably added a lot more pepper because, like I said, I love pepper in this dish. And then I stick all my meat back in. Make sure your meat is pushed down, good and covered. If you want to add some more stock at this point, just a little more, no problem, you can. I cover it up. I simmered it for probably 45 minutes or more. I stick a fork in my meat and I turn it, and when that meat starts falling apart, then I know it's done. I turn it off and I served it over some mashed potatoes. Y'all, I'm a mess. Look at this mess I made. I had to wipe this plate off. Make sure you get that onion gravy over those mashed potatoes right there. Look at that. And then I made some smothered green beans on my Blackstone. I love this Blackstone too, y'all. And there you go. I got that recipe coming soon too. So there you go. Smothered deer steak and onion gravy with mashed potatoes and green beans. Make sure y'all follow my page so y'all don't miss any recipes.